Rise and shine, homies. As I told you yesterday, there's a bunch of stuff that I know when it comes to being a CS in the Navy. And if you guys really want to know what it is, then, just let me know what it is, exactly what it is that you want to know. The lifestyle, the day-to-day in job, what you have to do, this and that, It also is very going to depend on the person, how you are as a person, how you're able to adapt, this and that, But yeah, just let me know. Other than that, the reason why I got into it, the reason why I joined the military in the first place is, even to this day, sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't even know why I joined, but in deep reality, I know why I joined. I had just graduated high school. Well, I hadn't just graduated high school. I was out for, I want to say, like 5 to 6 months, where I wasn't going to go to college just because I knew that route wasn't for me at the time, right? So I was trying to play soccer, trying out for teams. I even went to Mexico to try for a couple teams and stuff. Anyways, like I was saying, I even went to Mexico to try for a couple teams, but at that time, after soccer season my senior year, you're not training every day, you're not running, you're not touching a ball. And in soccer, that is very, very critical that you are in the greatest condition, because you got to run up and down, that your technique with the ball is immaculate. I'm talking about someone passes you the ball, you're already positioned to go to the area where you want to attack and or go, It's just a lot of things that within 5 to 6 months, if you're not doing it on a daily basis, you're obviously going to lose it. So you know what? Playing soccer, chasing that soccer dream, I guess I could say that I gave up a little too soon. I didn't really put my full force effort, because when I was dumb and young, I used to think that, it's going to come to me, and you just think you know everything at that age, and that was not the case. I had to be more persistent. For one, I had to train harder than I was, and I had to go out there more than what I already was, and also in America, if you don't have a lot of money, the chances of you getting put into a position where people can actually see you, that have that kind of, I guess, power, it's very low. But anyways, like I said, I should have tried harder. Not blaming that or the economic status that my parents were in. I'm blaming myself, because I guess I didn't have as much love as I thought I did, which is why I didn't go super 1,000% like I should have. But anyways, so that was the thing, and I knew I didn't want to work just a regular fucking restaurant job, or no offense to restaurant jobs or anything like that, but I just wanted to position myself where I knew in the long run it was going to be beneficial. So I said, F it, I'm going to join the military. I was actually thinking of joining the Air Force when I was in high school, because a couple of people that I knew that was in my English class, they were talking about it. They're like, I'm going to do the Air Force. And I was like, you know what, F it, I'm going to do that too. And then towards like the end of the school year, I kind of was like, I told them, I was like, hey, you still doing the Air Force? They're kind of like, nah, fool, F that. So I was like, ah, shit, you're right. But anyway, so the military kind of just wasn't really there. It was always an option, but it wasn't really something I considered, like truly. So then I remember when I had graduated, I was dating this one girl who brought up the idea, oh yeah, my mom told me that I should do this for 20 years and then you get a pension, blah, 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 blah. And I was unaware, nobody in my family ever did the military, so I wasn't aware of what could possibly be the outcome, this or that, right? I automatically assumed that if you join the military, you're going to war, and if you don't freaking survive, then, that's a wrap for you. But anyways, she brought it up, so then I was like, you know what? I'm not really doing anything. I'm getting fat and ugly. I'm just doing drugs, drinking, and I don't really see anything positive come out of here unless I do something. So I did the military. I joined the Navy. We both went in actually thinking we were both going to be in the Navy and stuff. Anyway, she ended up not passing the physical, because when you're at MEPS, they ask you, when was the last time you smoked weed? And if you hesitate even for a little bit and not give a direct answer, they red flag you, and you got to go to your own personal doctor or the clinic where you go to, and they basically got to prove that you're not addicted to So yeah, I guess getting into the Navy had a mix of both that female that I was dating at the time and basically where I was at in life. I needed something different. I needed it fast because I'm not saying I was out there gangbanging and fucking causing trouble, but I definitely wasn't, in the right state of mind. I wasn't doing. To put you in perspective of where I was at in life at the time, I would buy a 12-pack of fucking beer. Well, I wouldn't because I was underage, but I would get a 12-pack of beer, go to a spot by where I grew up, like a View, and I would just drink by myself. That's how, I guess, that's the position I was in life. So I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong drinking by yourself, but really, dude, like a 12-pack and you're just by yourself, like, it's not very common. That's some shit you do when you're like hella old and stuff. So in the front of your house drinking like that, that's normal. But as a 20-year-old just drinking a fucking, not even 20, I was a 19. As a 19-year-old drinking a freaking 12-pack just at a View is, and not only that, I was in a car, so who else was gonna drive? I got fucked up. Obviously, my life choices weren't the very best either. And I'm not saying this to promote any way, shape, or form that drunk driving or buzz driving is good, cool, whatever. I don't. I hate that. I don't condone it. Just pay the goddamn Uber. Honestly, it'll save you a headache and it'll save you from going to jail. But anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it. That's why I joined the Navy. It had nothing to do. This girl that I was dating at the time, I'm not even with anymore. Thank goodness. I would not want to be with her. All the bad things that I've heard from her, I'm Gucci. Anyways, I'm in a better position. Thankfully I did that, And yeah, you just gotta ride it out, homie. Stop being a bitch, because at the end of the day, no one's coming here to save you. But with that being said, let me know if you guys have questions about what it is that you're gonna go through. How is it gonna go through? Like, oh my god, like, how did you get over it? The daily, whatever you can think of, just hit me up and I got you. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like the recruiters trying to sell you something. I'm gonna tell you straight up, look, this is how it's gonna go down. Do you have the BALLS, or if you're a woman, the mental strength to actually do it? Then I'll probably tell you can or can't. Other than that, you guys have a blessed day. It's Tuesday. Don't forget to work out and let's get it. Yep.